Hey new folks, Attitude2, OutstandingPoker.com. I have another session here of 25 cent, 50 cent. Continuing on from the last session that I put out. This is just a direct continuation of the same recording. So I'm going into this. I don't remember what exactly has happened in each hand, so I'll be going into it with sort of fresh reads, which is good because it'll give me a chance to analyze my play as the old Tim once again, and perhaps reevaluate and sense some mistakes that I may have made, or we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to dive right in here. So I think so far I've been running pretty evenly on the session here. Bottom left we get 8-7 offsuit to a fairly aggressive guy. This is a good spot to 3-bet. And when I say it's a good spot to 3-bet, let's think about why. Well, we have a cutoff opener by a guy that's 2017, so he's probably regular, kind of knows what he's doing. So whenever when we have position on him, he's making a semi-loose open from the cutoff. I mean, taking a look at his stats here, his open from the cutoff is 17%. It's actually pretty low. So I mean, it's not. I don't want to be 3-betting him too much in this spot because his range is fairly tight. I mean, he's opening 64% from the button, so that's quite a swing. But at the same time, even at 17%, there's not a lot of hands in that range that can profitably play back at me to a 3-bet out of position. I mean, he's not going to be able to call too much, and he'll be able to 4-bet and 4-bet bluff a little bit, but it's still a fairly wide range for him to really defend. So I like putting a lot of pressure on in these types of spots against good thinking players. He's not just going to sit there and call with any pair all the way to the river. Against those type of guys, I'd want to have a better hand for value and be 3-betting them a little less and a little tighter, so that I can take them to value town on the flop. But against a guy who I know can fold, which I know that based on his stats, this guy has pretty straightforward thinking player stats, right? Tight aggressive. So I know he can fold, so he's either going to have to fold pre-flop or fold on continuation bet. Yeah, he'll probably 4-bet bluff me a little bit, but that's the risk I'm willing to take, and I think it's still going to be definitely a profitable spot, especially if you don't have much history at this point with the guy. So I want to start greasing him up so that when I do hit premium hands, he's going to be willing to give me some action. So, and 7-8 offsuit's not a bad hand to do it with. I mean, it's not a premium hand, but it still has some flop potential, right? So this is, I think it's a pretty good spot to start opening up my 3-bet range. And I've talked a lot about 3-betting in previous videos and why it's important, so that you get action on future premium hands, and just to put your opponents in tough spots. And it's going to be pretty much immediately profitable as well, just because if I'm risking 450 to win, I guess there's 225 in dead money. I only have to be good about 66% of the time, maybe even a little bit less. So if I'm winning if he's folding 2 out of 3 times, which he is, I mean, if he's folded 3-bet stats 67%, and probably even higher in this exact spot of a 3-bet out of, when he's out of position, it's going to be immediately profitable here, even if I don't win any of the pot post flop without a continuation bet or anything. But given that I can also take the pot down, a larger pot down, on the flop with a continuation bet a good percentage of the time, it's going to be even more profitable. So I think this is just a great spot, especially if you don't have any history with the guy. Get him going with a more marginal hand, so that you can increase your action when you do flop or premium hand, and you start getting into his head that you're putting pressure on him. I just want to scroll back to that pocket sevens hand up here. I opened mid position, standard open, but I get 3-bet by a guy 1.5%, now 3